Hey there everyone, this is Mystic Fish and welcome to episode 20 of our Factorio Space Age playthrough where we are working on designing one big factory ship, the General Systems vehicle. Last episode we took a test run of our ship out to Gleba and back with, mixed results. We survived and figured out how to, I think, traverse a little more safely. But boy, did people have some opinions about the way that we managed that flight. So we're going to address some of those things here as front matter to this episode. But first, a few things. One, I realized that while, yes, eventually we're going to be doing a lot of our science on the ship, there's no sense not taking advantage of the science research capacity that we have down here on Novice just to get things going a little faster. We've proven that we can generate this stuff up on the ship. I think that's fine. And then otherwise, this is really just going to help us get through things a little bit. I did add productivity modules into the labs, which was a nice little boost there. Let's see. But one of the things that I did research was the personal roboport, which is now installed in the tank. And so we've got a personal battery, we've got some solar panels, and so the tank now has some bots with it so that it can repair itself, which is nice. I put some pipes and some materials just for some repairs that might be outside of the base roboport range. And that will make things sort of safer for us to transfer out of the planet. Similarly, I gave myself some too while I was at it. And then I realized I had made these weapons up on the ship in the anticipation that I was going to need them on Gleba. And then I was like, and they're like occupying a slot on the ship, and then I was like, what am I doing? And so I dropped them down because I can actually carry them. So that's fine. What else? Any other changes here? I don't think so. I don't think those are the main changes that we've had here. I think. So let's look up at the ship now. Okay. First things first. I decided that this corner was a little dicey, so I just went ahead and put walls up at the front of the ship. I think that's going to help us out a lot more. I am actually considering, since we're prioritizing the medium asteroids, I'm wondering if we only shoot the medium asteroids. We're gonna try this. So we're going to see how this works. But because I think we can just tank the small asteroids that proc from the medium asteroids, I think we can just tank them on the walls, especially if we're not going fast. I don't think they'll even do that much damage. And we do have repair packs in here somewhere. Yeah, we have repair packs on board, so I think that will be okay. We also have some spare walls and some spare space platform as well, so I think that should be okay. And so I think that's going to make things a little safer. Okay, then a lot of discussions about the fuel management. So one of the suggestions, and I think it was the commenter Paistro, said, why don't you just buffer up enough fuel to make the whole flight? And so I did put back the higher limits for the thruster fuel and the thruster oxidizer. We make all of that. We make all of the raw materials for it up here in space. Should be fine, really. So we're gonna give that a shot. And now let's see, a couple other things here. So let's see, one thing is this, a couple people pointed out that should have been greater than. So that might also help us fly better, right? These are both greater than. And I think we actually now no longer need this lower bound thing here. I think we can just say, listen, if we need velocity, you can pump as long as the as you've got more than the other guy. So we'll see if that works now. And we do have some stuff in the tank here. Let's see. Is that it? Oh no, almost. Okay, so as you recall, we've got this stuff all stocked up for going to Gleba, including carrying 2,000 of all the sciences we'll need to get advanced asteroid processing. And that will let us make, importantly, copper on the ship, as well as sulfur. And it will also let us make calcite and give us the sort of more efficient fuel recipe, which is nice. But looking ahead, the next thing we're going to need after that is going to be the rocket turret. Where is that guy? Here. Because that gives us coal synthesis. This is necessary for making coal down on Gleba, so we can have explosives for mines, which is going to be pretty important. I think that's still going to be our defensive choice for the moment. But it's also how we make coal in space, and is a key part of getting closer to being self-sufficient, except for stone up here. So we're working on it. But anyway, oh, sorry. I meant to, let's take a look at that again. Rocket turrets. This guy. So this is 1,000 space science we can make up here. After we've unlocked advanced asteroid processing, we'll be able to make red and green science up here. We still can't make oil products up here. So I think what we'll do is we will start stocking up back here on Novice while we're gone. And we'll just stock up some. Let's get these out of here. Let's say, fine, you can be blue science. And let's stock up 1,000 blue science down here. And then we need, I guess this will work for military science. And we can stock up 1,000 of that as well. So hopefully that stuff will be ready by the time we come back. Now that we mention it, let's take a look at rocket turret. Because there are some prerequisites we don't have. Obviously there's all of the Gleba stuff, but we also have to get stronger explosives down here and rocketry and more strong explosives. So we will carry out that down here on Novice while we're waiting. Okay. Otherwise, I think we're ready to go. I think I need to turn, wait, am I not able to? Oh, okay, yes. Travel to the space platform. Okay. We're actually going to what do we want to say? Endanger our actual selves here on the ship. Let's see what happens. But this is our first time in orbit. That's fun. It's a nice little milestone here. And so there are a couple things that I do want to do up here. But I think what we'll do is we'll just say go to Gleba and stay there when you get there. And then we'll talk a little more about what we're going to do. So I think in general, we want to drop off a lot of the, we have all this material saved up here. I think we want to drop a lot of that stuff off. And then, but I think we'll keep the ship in orbit around Gleba. so that if we need to manufacture more stuff, we have a way to do that. So we'll work on doing that. Let's see. Do we have, I forget what our max speed here is. It's 15. Okay, well, all right, this seems to be working okay. Okay, very good. So I guess I'm gonna go off camera and maybe I'll pop back in just when we get into the asteroids to see how the walls are going, and just to see that. And then otherwise, we'll see you when we get to Gleba. Yeah, okay, that didn't last long. Primarily because I don't know what I was thinking, but like, of course, we can't tank the small asteroids onto the collectors. I mean, we can, but that's not really what they're for. So I decided we would shoot the small asteroids after all. So let's see how we do. Obviously, if we run out of bullets, the walls will hopefully come in handy. But otherwise, we'll see you at Gleba. All right, we are here on Gleba. So I guess let's drop to the planet. And then we can also drop, whoop. No, I want to come back. Let's see, what do we want to drop down here? Let's drop some ammo and the cargo landing pad. Okay, we're down on Gleba, which is exciting. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of scouting, figure out where we want to put stuff, and sort of talk about our plans for the base. Now, need this guy. Need this guy. Okay, one of the things that I like to do with the cargo landing pad, and it's a nice little property, we can put it down and it will do a pretty wide radar scan, and then we can pick it back up again. So that's convenient. Now, I do have the screenshots handy for myself from the preview screen, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to explore a little bit and figure out where we're going to sort of get various things. So let's see, and along the way we have to do the various sort of trigger research. So that lets us make agricultural towers. Up here is, I think, the area that has the jelly nuts up this way. Okay, so let's plunk this guy down again. That gets a good scan. Okay, so now the question is, oh, let's pick this up because we don't want to leave that behind. I don't think we're putting this up here. So the size of the base that I want to build, at least right now, and maybe this is a temporary base, not sure, but I think we're going to do the research that requires agricultural science in orbit. And what I currently have targeted is to do 35 science per minute. From here on the surface, and enough rockets to launch a rocket of 1,000 agricultural science when we have it. So that is the size that we're looking for. Let's see. I do need to mine this. Now, according to the sort of Factorio lab calendar, or calendar calculator that I have, we are going to need basically 4 agricultural squares worth of jelly nut. And so let's see, let's go to map mode. And so if we do this, can I get, Yes. I can get 4 squares out of this without even doing any artificial soil. So that's good. Okay, very good. Now let's see about jelly nut. It turns out that, just looking at the map, there is some jelly nut up here, but there's also pentapod bases up here, and we can't push those. We can't push those bases right yet. Now here's a fun thing. We can eat a jelly nut because they're nuts. This is basically trail mix. This is Gleba trail mix, giving us energy for our hike down here. Obviously, there's like a ton of stone patches here, so that's good. Let's eat another one. Why? Weird. I still had it in my hand. I don't know why I couldn't just like click it again. But here's some jelly nut stuff down here, especially down here. So, okay, let's find a place to plunk down the cargo landing pad again. How about here? Okay. Good. And so then we need how many squares of Yamako? Basically 9. So this area here looks like a pretty good bet. There's lots of green squares in here. Okay, good. That's where that will be. Is that an egg raft there? That's an egg raft. Okay, good. We're going to leave that because we're not ready to deal with eggs yet. But we do need to get some copper. Copper rocks? What are these things? I don't know. Copper stromatolite. I guess that's some kind of stone thing with bacteria in it. Okay. Good. I think that's most of the trigger text. So now we can talk about where do we want to lay out the base. And so I mean, this area here is mostly dry ground and is cliff free and is about halfway between the two fruit groves. So I think we want to do this here. So let's do a little bit of planning here. Let's get into map mode here so we can get some ghosts. Okay. So what are the things that are going to be in the base? Well, obviously, we're going to get the cargo landing pad. And then we are obviously going to need the logic that controls belt demand and all of that good stuff. We are going to need the equivalent of hub storage. On the ship, it's hub storage. Back on Novice, it's these guys here, where we have temporary storage for stuff we've pulled off the belt. So we're going to need that. I think we might need a couple of those. Then I would really like this sort of core part of the base to be able to be solar powered. So we're going to have a bay for solar power. And then with the solar power, I think we are going to be able to hopefully do a little bit of bootstrapping. And so let's see, how do I want to mark this? I'm just going to call it a steam engine. We're going to do a little bit of steam power, just enough, but we're also going to be able to use assembly machines. I guess let's say we're going to have assembly machines. We're going to have jelly nut processing in here, at least just a little bit. And we're also going to have nutrients from spoilage. So I know a lot of people, when they do Gleba, they like to just like turn it on and never stop and just like let it run full bore, and we're just going to burn anything we don't use. And for sure we could do that. I think it's a little more interesting to see if we can let this sort of, when we're not actively building stuff, because we're going to be away from Gleba for a while, and there's really no point in producing agricultural science that is just spoiling. So I would kind of like to let the base, I don't know, come to a halt. And so that requires then that because the main power supply depends on fruit. So we need enough power to start getting fruit and generating power from fruit, which is what the solar power is for. Plus, we will be able to crack a few jelly nuts here into jelly, and we can use that to power some steam stuff. So, so we'll do that. Okay, and then let's see. And how do I want this to go? I think I want this to go this way. Because, actually, maybe I do this. Okay, then I think next to the sort of bootstrap power, we're going to have proper power, which is going to be made with a heating tower and some steam turbines, which we have to make. Let's see. I need to make a boiler. Oh, this is tricky. It's like, where can I make the heating tower? Because I don't have any stone up on the ship, or I just make it on the ship and then drop it down. So we have to like make most of the ingredients, I think, up on the ship, and then, yeah, like the boilers we'll have to make down here, but the ship has concrete and heat pipe we can send down. So let's make 10 heat pipe up here. Whoops, that's not up here. Let's have you make 10 heat pipe. 10 of these. And we need you to make one of these, I guess. What are these made out of? It's a lot of copper, but that's okay. We can do that. Okay. Here we have this. So let's make 10 heat pipe. That means we need 100 steel. And if we just fill this with enough copper, we should be able to make the 10 heat pipes that I think we need. Okay, good. Good, those are all the heat pipes. Let's change this to heat exchanger. I only want one of these, so if I do that, then I can do this and make a heat exchanger. Good. All right. Excellent. Good. Okay, so those take care of that. And then we will do the rest down here. What do we need to... Whoops, this is not where I am. I'm here. In order to make boilers, we need pipes. Okay, so we'll need to send some pipes down. That is fine. Okay, so that gets us power. Then what else are we going to have here? We are going to need, we're going to need a bay that keeps a fresh pentapod egg at all times. And so this is just, we're going to have this on a timer. So we're going to just basically keep one egg in reserve, and before it spoils, we will use it to regenerate a fresh one. So we will do that. Then what else do we need? We are going to need then according to my calculations, we will need a couple of biochambers that are hooked up to water. These will be the ones that would produce the eggs when we want science. We are going to need a bay of chem plants to produce sulfuric acid. That's really the main thing it's for, is producing sulfuric acid. Okay, those also have water attached to them. Okay, what else do we have? Then we need, we need a bay for making the blue chips, which will be assembly machine 2s with sulfuric acid. So let's see, I kind of feel like we can maybe do this, something like this. And these will be over here, right? Because there's water right over here. So, so we want, I think, the water stuff out this side of the base. All right, what else do we need? We're going to need then, I think, just one more bay of assembly machine. We're going to need 2 bays of smelting. Okay. And then we need 12 total biochambers. I think we can get 4 in a shot. So I think we need 3 things of biochamber. That are not hooked up to water. So this will be these guys. And then we need the rocket silo for sending the agricultural science up. Rocket silo. Okay. Okay, so that's 6 by 3. I think that's what we want to do. So now the question is, do we have enough space for this in here somewhere? And I think the answer is yes, we do, because we can do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not what I want to do. Okay, good. All right, so we'll make this be the top left. All right, I need to move these. So we can do, that's going to be the top left of the base. So that means I can move this stuff up here for reference. Let me go ahead and get rid of these things while there's not actually anything being damaged up here. Okay. Okay, good. All right, so the Bootstrap part of the base is these 6 here. Like that. All right, may as well clear some of this stuff out. Ooh, what's this? What's happening here? That's kind of annoying. Where's my tank? Here it is. I think I can just come up here and like piss this guy off. Like that. Okay. Although I do worry, I suspect these guys are gonna interfere with the bot's attempts to repair these mines here. So we'll just take care of these real quick. Let's toast those guys a little bit. If I could actually shoot, I'd be in better shape. Come through the mines. Please, I will park and repair. All right, thanks, buddy. My own robot will repair, maybe faster. Okay. All right, good. Okay. Excellent. Stop driving. We need 21 of these. One of these, one of these, one of these. Okay, great. Back here. Anything else we need to do? Now I think... Okay, that should be cleared out enough that there's no boom puffs for around anything we're going to make. Okay, then we said the cargo landing pad is going to be here. So that's good. And now I think what we can do is we can just do this. Supplies for Gleba. And we'll start dropping stuff from up here. Okay, here it comes. I think some of this stuff, like we can now make this probably 100. But I think we just, so that we don't have to make so much up on the ship, we can buffer it down here instead. Okay. So that will bring all of this stuff down here. What else is up here that I think we want to drop down? We dropped the heat pipe, that's correct. We should drop the concrete. And we need to drop a bunch of pipes. And the concrete. Although we're also just dropping stuff we have. And we're limited by how many sort of receiving ports this thing has. I think that's okay. I don't think once we get this stocked, we're not going to be dropping a ton of stuff down all at the same time on a regular basis. So I guess we just wait till all this stuff comes down. Do I have the stuff I need to make? Oh, let's see. I need to make... How many boilers do I need? I actually need... This guy takes 2. I actually need 3 boilers. I actually need some more stone. I guess I'll mine it here. Okay, that gives me 3 furnaces. That's good. Do we have pipe down yet? We do not have pipe down yet. Oh, did I make a car? I think I made a car. I think I made a car. I did. Okay. That's good. We need to drop that thing down. Might as well get a full cargo pod, right? And maybe some extra engines. All right, that's a full cargo pod. All right, this is all coming in. Oh, good, the pipes are on the way. Most of this stuff is in, that's okay. Okay, now I can get the pipes. Is the concrete here? The concrete's not here yet. Oh, it is coming. Here it comes. That's got the remainder of the stuff. Okay, car. I have my personal roboboard disabled, but I can grab... Huh? Weird. Am I not close enough? No, I can certainly grab it. Fine. Weird, I have to like subtract it. Okay, now I have personal robots. That's good. What else is coming down? All right, that's all the Gleba stuff, right? Everything except bots, which I already grabbed. Okay, I'm gonna take this off and this off. I'm gonna take these. Oh, I'm in map view. Okay, give me this and this. Now I can make one of these. And then I think I have enough to make one more boiler. So that's good. I need to make steam engine. I need to drop some iron, for which we have plenty. Maybe I should just have it drop some. Just give me 100's fine. Which means I should reserve. I should have some, right? Okay. Good, that will, all right, there it goes. That should enable me to make a steam engine. We have a bunch of pipes. Okay. I got 2? Oh, that's so funny. All right, well, I'm not making it yet. What else do we want to, what else is up here that we can just drop down as like extra stuff? We should drop, I think, repair packs and the extra solar stuff. Do we have... Decider stuff, we do. Okay, we have all the combinator stuff. That's fine. What else is up here that we might want to drop down? Stone bricks, maybe. Pumps? I think we made pumps, but I don't think we need pumps either. We can drop down some extra steel. May as well. Do we want to drop the extra explosives? Maybe not. Some red circuits. Some green circuits. Oh, we need the rocket silo. No, not that. Rocket silo. Anything else we need to drop down here? I don't think so. The rest of this stuff I think can stay up here. Yeah, do we have what we need to make a tank? Because we can make tank ammo down here. That might be worth doing. Which the red circuits will give us the ability to make a tank. Okay. I think that's... Let's just make sure we have everything that we need here. We've got assemblers, we've got all the splitters, red belts, etc. Okay, good. Oh, let's see. We need to be able to make a biochamber, which requires... Oh, I can't make a biochamber yet? I need to make nutrients. Right. Okay, but I can make 2 of these because I dropped some steel and electric circuits. We obviously have tons of landfill here, and I guess now that we know where the landfill is going, we can get started on making some. So let's get, I want assembling machines, storage chests, fast inserters, electric poles, solar panels, accumulators, and miners. I don't need that many miners. In fact, that's plenty. Okay. All right, so let's get going. We know we're going to need to make landfill. So I think let's just get a little build going on that. Which we can do like so. This will be filtered to landfill. That goes there. You're going to make landfill. What's this about? People being problematic is what that's about. All right, let's go deal with those guys. Man, I cannot wait until we have managed to get artillery back here from Vulcanus and we can really just be done with this sort of stuff. Okay. You're too close. You're sniping at me in while I'm back behind my mines. All right. Ooh, that got 2 for 1. Nice. Ooh, these guys got through. Hey now. It's really the nests that make clearing these things difficult. Wow, all kinds of stuff breaking. Fix me, bots. Fix my stuff. All right, good. And those guys made it through. All right. Somebody fixing that power pole? My guy's fixing that power pole. Okay. Good. Now, is this thing working? Hard to tell. All right, we're gonna assume that's working over there for right now. So let's just come back over here and restock, and then we can finish working on Gleba. So let's see, stop driving. I need 26 of this. Okay, good. Back to Gleba. We need power poles. That's all powered. I just need a source of power. So let's see. Obviously, this is not going to work super well at night. The ratio here is basically like 3 to 5 solar panels to accumulators, which is like just awkward enough to be annoying. Sure, why not? Okay, that is obviously not enough to power everything here, so we need to do more of it. If I turn this on, will they do it? They will. Let's get... I want this going full speed once we get up to full power here. How's this looking? Well, we're still climbing into daylight. When this levels off, we'll have some idea about where we're at. But I do kind of like using at least a little bit of solar power on Gleba. The agricultural towers don't take much energy, and so since the others, any other power we might provide is going to be based on fruit production, then just having an independent source of power for the agricultural towers sort of gives us nice robustness and an ability to sort of kind of power things down to a greater or lesser degree. All right, let's see if this gets us where we want to be. Okay, that has leveled off, and we don't quite still have enough. So one more copy. We need to get to green so that we can charge the accumulators. which we are. They are charging very slowly. So I'm going to do one more. Okay, good. Turn robots off. I suppose I should go get some of these and just repair this stuff so it stops blinking at me. Okay, excellent. All right, landfill is starting to show up here. Very good. Okay, great. Now, what else is up on the ship? If anything, I guess we decided that we had everything we needed up here on the ship. Did we refill? We have not completely refilled ammo here, but maybe good enough. So let's pause thrust here. I think what we want to do is we can hang out in orbit making stuff unless we run out of stuff that we need from Novice. So we're going to set up a combinator here, and we're going to have these match the request. So if we end up having less than 250 of copper, or we have less than 50 stone bricks, or we have less than 50 coal, or we have less than 200 plastic, or we have less than 10 barrels of oil. These guys. Then we're going to say, please have an interrupt. And then that is going to go back to the hub. Okay, then we add an interrupt which says novice supplies. And the conditions are item count. It's the same conditions. So it is... we have less than 250 copper, or we have less than 50 bricks. Item count, or we have less than 50, no, 50 coal, or we have less than 200 plastic. Item count, or we have less than 10 barrels of oil. So if any of those are true, then you're going to go to novice until all your requests are satisfied. Save interrupt. And now I believe what we can do is we can say stay here until you see the interrupt signal. So this should let us park. Now, as soon as I click this, I think the interrupt should kick in. It is. So we're trying to go back to novice. We unfortunately have no stuff in the thrusters. So now we're full of this stuff. Okay, so then put that back on. We got going very fast. Hopefully we can take care of everything that is... All right, speed is falling, so that's okay. All right, so this should go back to novice and resupply. And then bring us, and then hang out in orbit in case we have more stuff that we need. But I think the good news is we now know what we want to do down here on Gleba. We've got the sort of rough base laid out. And next episode, Future Mystic Fish, I think, is going to start building more of this stuff. So stay tuned for that. But that's all we have for this episode. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And until then, bye.